The Big Show with Glenn and Angel on Kiss 92.
Good morning.
Sometimes getting out of bed in the morning is a lot to deal with all at once.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome to another edition of Good Morning Doctor. And today, once again, we have a financial services director with us, and he is Stanley Fu. He is no stranger to the Big Show. This is the second time he's coming on the show. You can follow him at steadfast.stanleyfu. He's a very entertaining guy.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Stanley, and thank you very much for this little gift. I think it's, what is it?
This is a home-baked 猪仔餅.
Oh,
What is two type? Oh, pigs in
like
a
a mooncake.
blanket, is it?
No, it's a mooncake.
In the form of a piggy.
Yes.
In the form of the piggy. How cute.
That's
This is the
that's
high
right.
quality one. If you go out to the shop, you'll buy the low quality one.
Because his wife made it.
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
serious?
Yeah.
Yes, it's home-baked.
Wow.
Wow.
Looks like he bought it from a shop.
Exactly.
Is this your side business or what?
No. 100% insurance.
Anyway, thank you very much, Stanley. And
It's
good to
so
see
good
you.
to be, it's really so good to be here because today we are talking about something that's more valuable than money, a good night's sleep.
And I'm sure the man will agree. He is Shamrez. Good morning, Shamrez.
Good morning.
Good morning, Shamrez. So, you got a nose job done and insurance paid for it. Is that the gist of it?
Little bit no, but yes, it'll be yes. Yeah. So, so what happened was I had I was snoring a lot, and my wife used to wake me up at the middle of the night because I was still so loud. And what happened was my quality of life was going down because I was sleeping not very well. And then whenever I had a good night's sleep, I used to also feel exhausted during the day. And it had really bothered me a little bit more and more, right? So I went and did a little bit of research, and I found out that I had symptoms of what I thought was sleep apnea. Then I wanted to get it checked out, so I went to the GP, went to normal process, and got it done. And the doctor diagnosed me with sleep apnea, and I had a very severe deviated septum, which caused this particular part. So in order to fix it, I had to do a rhinosinuplasty, which is basically doing a surgery and getting it fixed. So
I
yeah.
see.
So that's what I did, and how I kind of fixed my sleeping issue.
And do you snore now?
No, I hope not.
She hasn't complained
Correct.
yet.
I spoke to his wife.
Yes.
His wife says no snoring.
He's
already.
quiet. Okay.
Fantastic.
Nice.
That's great. Can't say the same about me. I'm quite sure I snore.
You've been told, right?
I've been told many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? I just want to know. Just a clarification. So, what is sleep apnea exactly? Can someone explain?
Okay, sleep apnea.
Dr. Stanley?
Definitely not doctor. There's a difference between snoring and obstructive sleep apnea. So snoring, if I can use an analogy, will be just like a snoring lion versus a choking elephant. Right?
Oh.
So obstructive sleep apnea is a condition whereby when you sleep, the muscle of your throat and your neck relaxes and it blocks the airway.
Oh, okay.
And with that, you have difficulty breathing.
So it's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
So it's
And you can tell immediately by the sound, right? Whether it's a normal snore,
Yes,
or
yes.
whether it is that obstruction in the throat, as you mentioned.
right. And the sound will tell you whether your body is fighting for air. And it has a lot of silent consequences, right? It could be it can brings you to elevated risk of heart disease, diabetes, strokes, or even car accident. Why? Because a person, if is deprived of sleep, it could lead them to accident, right? So obstructive sleep apnea is something that really must be taken note of and go and see a doctor quickly if, let's say, you observe your partner or yourself not sleeping well at night.
Okay.
Let's continue to talk to Stanley as well as Shamrez on the Big Show TV. Meantime, here's Angel's favorite artist,
Benson
Boone with Beautiful Things on Kiss 92.
So Shamrez, you actually got information from a smartwatch that you were wearing that actually told you what kind of quality of sleep you were getting or not getting. And what did the readings tell you?
Yeah, so in fact, I was not into smartwatches at all, right? And I like the old analog kind and the more mechanical kind. But then when my wife gifted me to the watch, and then I started monitoring my sleep. And when I started monitoring my sleep, even if I had like a full night's sleep of 8 to 9 hours at best at some times over the weekend, my quality of sleep was disturbed as per the watch, and and also the breathing behind it was not continuous. It had a lot of drops in between, which was very classical of OSA. But again, this was just preliminary diagnosis, and I tried to correlate this with all the reading materials available online. And I said, okay, let me just go, and that's when I really realized that I should go and look at it seriously, because I try to correlate, how accurate the watch may be. Maybe the watch is like I'm wearing it loosely or whatever. And then I saw that there are correlations with what my watch and what the research is saying as well. And then I went to see a doctor, and I got a sleep study done, and that actually had this kind of more severe results than what I had in my watch. So it was a good stepping stone for me to get more information out.
So how long did it take you to actually see a real doctor? I'm sure you were like WebMD, Google, ChatGPT. Let's put everything together, see what's wrong with me.
Yeah, I think the whole process took me maybe about 3-4 months.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I hear you had a severely deviated septum.
Right. I had a severely deviated septum. So if from the outside it looks normal, but for people who are kind of shorter than me and who are looking up, they could really see my nostril was really small compared to the other. And the deviated septum was so bad that I could actually see that it was cingate. It was actually on the other side. So when I went to see the doctor and we did a nasal probe, right? He couldn't even put the nasal probe inside because it was so blocked, right? The cavity was barely sufficient for me to have a little bit of air going back and forth, and that was it. So that's when he also shared that it was severely deviated.
Did you have a problem as a child breathing at all, or is it only when you were an adult?
To be honest, I don't remember.
You don't?
Because
okay.
That was my baseline, right? I always had that. I always thought that having a kind of blocked nose, it's normal.
Was part of life, right? And everyone's looking at their noses now to see if they can see up their nostrils.
Up the nostril,
all the way in, right?
Yeah, all the way in.
Torchlight and everything.
I think so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that means if we see one nostril extremely small, that would be a deviated septum.
I mean, that would be a starting point for you to actually get it checked out.
On top of the breathing at night and everything else. Yeah, so that's
how does one get like a deviated septum? That's
You're
the thing,
born like that, I guess?
No, I don't think so. If that's the case, then you would have been snoring ever since you were a child.
But you didn't get hit, you didn't get injured. It was a thing that you were just born with, right?
Yeah, not that I remember.
Yeah, it always becomes a problem when we grow up.
Grow up, yeah.
Right? Because, I mean, we used to sleep very well when we were young. So what is the issue? Do you know, Stanley?
Well, when we grow, our body parts also change. And it kind of like mature together with our age. So the one thing that causes snoring is our muscle become weaker, and as we sleep, it kind of like block our airway. And for deviated septum, normally is congenital. And the good thing about integrated shield plans, is they cover congenital conditions as long as the medical condition is diagnosed after inception.
Okay. And have you seen a lot of cases like Shamrez?
Yes, it's very, very common.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Yes.
So we can't just go to you and we want a nose job. It has to have like a medical reason behind it.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Have you gone?
Yeah, I also have.
Really?
Yes,
you went for it as well?
Yes, I also went for
deviated septum as well.
surgery. Yes.
How come your nose so flat like mine? No, I'm kidding.
Glenn, oh my gosh.
I'm now running like a Ferrari. I used to run like a Terry QQ.
Oh, so you mean the way of breathing and the deviated septum prevented you from running?
Yes, because your stamina is affected when you couldn't breathe properly.
Did you get that as well? Did you find that, Shamrez?
Yeah, so my VO2 max, which was in early 30s, has gone up to 48, so which is quite really very good. And it's been a short period of time, in maybe about 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. No wonder you're also energetic.
Really, thank you.
When did you get yours done?
A few years ago, maybe 5 to 6 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and so now I'm breathing so much better.
So how are the claims done and all that? I mean, was it easy? Was it an easy process for you? Did you even know that you were covered for something like this?
Yeah, so I spoke with my doctor, and it was like an elective surgery, right?
Yeah.
And coincidentally, at my workplace, there was a insurance roadshow going on, and that's where I realized that in fact I can use corporate plus personal and MediSave to cover this particular part. In fact, prior to that, I thought you can only use either of them, right?
Yeah.
And so when I discussed that, and then I went to see my doctors and stuff, it was kind of like a seamless process for me. I think I went to Mount Elizabeth Orchard, and it was basically very seamless. And I had to only sign one document and send to my HR, and that was done. And that was the only thing that paperwork I remember I did.
Oh wow, that's quite easy.
Okay, Shamrez, apart from, I know you had like wonderful support from your wife, but did you personally have any concerns before the surgery? I think, you know what, I'll ask you that question on air. We only have a bit of time before we do a traffic update. I'll ask you the question again.
Kiss 92 traffic.
Quite a number of situations out there, so let's be patient. On the KJE towards the PIE before Sungai Tengah, look out for a vehicle breakdown. On the KJE towards the PIE, again, before the exit to PIE Tuas, another vehicle having trouble there. On the PIE towards Tuas this time, before the CTE City exit, a vehicle has broken down as well. In the MCE tunnel towards the AYE before Straits Boulevard, look out for a stationary vehicle. And finally, on the AYE towards the MCE at the PIE exit, an accident. If you spot anything at all, our number is 8855
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV and a very special edition of Good Morning Doctor. Our guests for today, Shamrez, who underwent surgery to fix a deviated septum and who does not snore anymore. Wow.
That's a dream come true for lots of wives listening in.
Exactly. And also we have our Financial Services Director, Stanley Fu, with us today. Welcome. I was going to ask Shamrez just now on The Big Show TV, and then we kind of like ran out of time. So I'm like, okay, great. Now the people who are in the cars who are listening to us will be able to hear Shamrez's answer. Like for all of us, like I am thinking, okay, as a snorer, because I'm quite sure I snore, I would love to go for this procedure as well. But Shamrez, did you have any concerns before the surgery? Like for me, it's just pain.
Well,
too painful.
Pain was part of the concern. Major concern was like how I will with my work, with the arrangement, what would be the downtime and how do I manage that, and more importantly, how I manage the finances behind it, because I was not sure of whether it'll be fully covered or not and stuff like that. But as I got closer to the surgery, and I said, I met with the roadshow, my corporate side as well as my personal insurance as well. I spoke to a doctor as well, so I got quite relieved about the insurance part. And then with my work schedule, it was because with elective surgery, I was able to plan my leaves, and I took some time off after that as well to recoup and work on the other parts of my life.
Mm. So how many days do you take of medical leave?
So the hospitalization leave was about 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then post that, I took an extended leave as well to really get my fitness back and work on myself.
All right.
Do you find yourself more energetic now that you've got it fixed as compared to before? I mean, how were you on the fitness ladder? Compared to what I was 6 or 9 months ago, I think I'm far more fitter now. Except for the fact that I had to just went for surgery. But other than that, I think it's much better. My VO2 max has increased substantially. I think that's a good indicator for me personally. I don't get exhausted when I go for my sport activities, like whether it's run, jogs, or whatever. I'm able to play with my kids more and really run after them, because I couldn't do that in the past. So that's the biggest indicator for me. Yeah. You know, Stanley, I mean, lots of Singaporeans think that, for insurance claims, it needs to be like a life-threatening condition. I mean, people see sleep apnea as very, it can be life-threatening, but a lot of people see it as just snoring.
Right.
So how does insurance claims, how do insurance claims apply to sleep apnea or something like nasal surgery?
Right. Most Singaporeans will typically have two types of insurance, the company insurance and the personal integrated shield plans. And when it comes to sleep apnea, normally to diagnose sleep apnea, you have to go for a sleep test. Company insurance will not cover sleep test unless it leads to surgery. And for personal medical insurance, it will cover sleep apnea as long as the sleep study is done in-house in the hospital, inpatient.
Oh, right. Okay.
So medical insurance typically will cover anything that is medically necessary, anything that is not pre-existing, and anything that is required to be performed inpatient, like a surgery done in the surgical theater. Right.
No, you say pre-existing, but this is pre-existing though, no? Does that count as that?
Okay. So there's a difference between pre-existing and congenital.
Okay.
Integrated Shield Plan will cover congenital condition as long as the medical condition is diagnosed after the policy is enforced, is incepted.
Got it.
So
right,
that's why you
okay.
need to get your medical insurance done up quickly before all these medical
Get
conditions are
diagnosed.
discovered.
Right. Okay. You
Can
can't
people find out more on healthinsured.sg?
Of course.
As in to do the research and
Like-
all that.
Yes.
like don't go for the sleep test and all that and then go for coverage, right?
Right.
Do the coverage first and then do the sleep test.
So that's why people are getting insurance as soon as the baby is born. 15 days. On the 15 days, they can buy insurance straight away to
Oh,
make sure
right.
that all the medical conditions can be covered because nothing is being discovered yet.
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
I think
just to be
after
safe.
today, there'll be many men, and I think, some women as well, who will be inquiring about this.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, now they know what to do and to get so what's the sleep test like?
that would be
Shamrez?
Shamrez.
So sleep test was I had somebody come over, get me all wired up on the machines. It was I think sensors were put on my chest and my hands and stuff to see to notice the breathing, and it wasn't uncomfortable or anything. I went to sleep. It was a bit odd that I have something on me, but then I did it at my home. So I think you had an option to do it at the clinic or you can do it at home. I opted to get it done at home. So it was in my home environment, so it was quite nice. Next day, after I had to just remove it off, and then the person took it back. And then a few days later, I got the sleep study results.
Did you have someone sitting next to you the whole time?
No.
Okay.
His wife.
No, besides that. I'm
Oh,
just saying like a medical expert, But it's interesting because people who are listening in don't know that option is available. You can get it done in the comfort of your home, get some plugs and all that done, and it's only one night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sleep. See how much. I'm going to say sleep. How much? See how much you can learn by listening to Good Morning Doctor here on the Big Show. A lot. Okay, it's 8:23.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you by Pooh.
But the sleep test is necessary to diagnose the sleep apnea, right? And that's the proper steps to go
Right.
when it comes to insurance claims. Be covered first, and then get the test, right? And then be diagnosed or not be diagnosed.
That's right. I just want to note that if the sleep test is done at home, it will not be covered by insurance.
Oh.
It has to be inpatient, and the sleep test done in the hospital. Then it will be
Okay.
able to claim.
Okay.
Admissible.
Yeah. So when it comes to sleep apnea, what about other nasal type of surgeries? What kind of other nasal surgeries could be covered?
If I want a higher bridge, for example.
To
Anything
look
that's
better, I mean.
cosmetic, it will not be covered.
Cannot.
But for him, it's life threatening.
To him, it's an emergency.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
I want a
yeah.
higher bridge. I think with a higher bridge, I look like Keanu Reeves.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Okay. So what else?
Okay, as long as it is a medical procedure, okay, that under the eyes of the under the arm of MOH, there is this table of surgical procedure, and it's a surgical procedure that requires the doctor, to implant something or to insert the camera into the nose. All these kind of medical procedures are covered.
Tell us what the surgery itself was like.
Yeah.
Like from the time you went in, did you have to be put under? How long were you there? What did they do to your nose? Just to walk us through it.
Yeah, so it was a pretty, I think I was completely under GA at that time because it was an invasive procedure. They made a Z incision on the bottom part of my nose, and then they flipped the nose up
We have pictures, right?
No.
I mean, you can see it maybe of somebody else getting it. And then they actually went inside to fix the structure. Basically, because the deviated septum is, I would say, a structural issue. Fixed it, made the changes, whatever they had to make it, fix it up, and then put the flap down and
And then just stitch it up here.
stitch it up there,
Right.
and then put the splint. And when I woke up with a splint on my nose, and a little bit of swelling around it, but wasn't too bad.
Does it feel significantly different for you in terms of breathing? In terms of, you said exercise is better, but can you feel it?
So for the first couple of weeks, I couldn't feel as better because it was swollen inside, right? And only when I went to the doctor and got my every time I went to the doctor and he got the scabs out, and he started because it's bleeding a lot, right? And I was doing the nasal rinse as well. Whenever I had that, I could breathe much better. And that's when I remember the first breath I took, which my nose I could see from both sides together. It was bleeding air-conditioned air. It was the best feeling ever.
Wow. So it's like even on both sides.
Much even. And I didn't even know that I could actually breathe that way. It's only after I had that first breath, it was really life-changing for me.
Wow. Interesting.
Something so
Can you feel like an even
Like air conditioning in both sides?
Yeah, flow of.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can feel
Me
now
too.
that I can feel it going up that way. But
So for some people, if they feel some kind of obstruction, they cannot breathe through both nostrils, then there's definitely a problem.
does anyone else in your family, like your immediate family, have this problem? Do you know?
I think my brother may have it.
Okay.
Because he and I have been talking about it.
Okay.
But he is still he did a sleep study and it was okay. So he doesn't have it that as bad as I did.
Right,
So
okay.
he's not going to forgo for anything else.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
Very interesting, huh?
Everybody breathe
What about
in.
you, Stanley? I mean, before you went for your operation, I mean, did you feel like one side was obstructed, or?
I don't really feel it, but I snore very loudly at night. And it's the kind of snore is not the normal snore, but the kind of choking snore. So it kind of like
That you
raise
can
some
feel it in the
concert-
throat,
Yeah,
yeah.
But that could be your pillow as well. Do you like your pillow like
A mesh pillow, right? to
low
elevate.
or?
It's a normal pillow.
No, for me, I cannot sleep on anything that is too high. That's the thing. I need to sleep on a slightly elevated level. So my pillows are usually quite soft.
Okay.
And it just gives me a little bit of support. That's it. Anything more than that, right? I feel like my neck aches and yeah. So you're talking about
I used
a
to-
position. I think Shamrez was talking about a position. Is it
I slept on a wedge.
on a wedge?
Yeah. And I did that for maybe
Elevated.
elevated, a 45 degree or
Yes.
whatever. I did that for a long time. It didn't improve.
This was before you
Yeah.
decided to get the surgery.
Yeah.
Right.
It didn't do anything.
No, I still used to get kicked by my wife.
So now you can sleep flat and you don't snore.
Yeah.
Does your wife snore though?
No.
Really?
Just in case.
Sometimes
I mean, I
it's
sleep
because
before her.
yeah, but there you go. And usually the guys are we go into a deeper sleep. That's why.
Yeah, it's funny that
Yeah,
way.
but some of the women I've slept with, it sounds like little cappuccino machine, which is quite
That's
cute. I have no
cute. Yeah,
problems
that's cute.
with that.
So Ren says my hubby has sleep apnea and he had done the sleep test and all, but he's going to get the sleep apnea machine now. Have you heard about the machine? Does anyone know about the machine?
That is so unsexy, the machine.
What is the machine?
Okay, there's this machine called the CPAP machine, whereby you will plant it on your face,
Oh.
and then at night you're going to on the machine and you're going to run throughout the night to make sure that you breathe better. You see, so
Unsexy.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
unsexy. So a lot of people choose to ignore the consequences and not to do anything.
Ren, it's covered by insurance if your hubby gets the sleep test done and then
Well, the
goes
hubby is
and
surgery.
using that machine, is it?
is going to get the sleep apnea machine now.
Oh,
That's what Ren says.
okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
in fact, there's other alternatives. Okay, instead of putting on the CPAP machine, now there's this procedure called the nasal glossal nerve stimulator, whereby you can just input in front of your chest, below the skin, and then when you snore and when the tongue collapses and block the airway, it will stimulate the nerve to push the tongue forward and improves your breathing.
So it's like Iron Man, like in the chest, you're saying? Like
No,
you
there
said
will-
below the skin.
External.
There will be a small device implant into your body. Implant into
Implanted.
your body.
So yeah,
Implant-
under the skin, he said.
Yes, yes,
Might
yes.
as well go for surgery then and fix
Yeah.
the.
How does it
The
work again?
nose
You said
issue.
what's it called?
Okay, it's called a nasal glosser nerve stimulator. Yeah,
Nerve
so,
stimulator.
Yeah, so it's like a device that's implanted, and then it will send electrical wave to push the tongue forward to prevent the muscle from blocking the airway.
That sounds scarier, actually.
But it's covered by
but it's
insurance.
I was going to
I know,
ask.
but-
So did you hear about this before?
No, I did not. But I think my condition was very structural issue, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that would have helped any which way.
Right.
But
yeah, for structure maybe it will
It's
not help
different,
that much.
yeah.
Yes, that's right.
So are you like completely like symmetrical now? If you look up, and I feel odd. Your wife is there, so I don't want to be looking
wife
up your
says
nose.
yes.
Yes. He's
Everything is
symmetrical.
good. Everything is good now. Okay, so tell us a little bit more about the integrated shield plan, Stanley, and how important is it for people to actually, get it?
To me, medical insurance is not just about healthcare, it's about wealth care. Why? Because when you really make sure that your health can be taken care of, okay, you will have that confidence and you will have that peace of mind to pursue and build your future. Because the last thing you want to happen is that when you have a medical condition, you have to choose between paying for the medical bills of funding your child's education. So having an integrated shield plan will kind of like protect your savings from being passed on to the medical costs.
Health is wealth, right?
Yeah, health is wealth. So it's not just healthcare, it's wealth care.
I think just when it comes to insurance, people are so scared because there's so much to understand.
Right.
There's your integrated shield plan, your MediSave, your
Don't forget, there's corporate
riders,
insurance as well.
there's corporate insurance, there's everything.
So if you have integrated shield plan and corporate insurance, then how do you complement
How do
these
we
two?
juggle?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, the best practice is that when you have both, you will try to claim against your integrated personal shield plan first, because they have higher limits. Okay, they can cover more, they can cover longer, and then after you have claimed and the claims is approved, you claim the rest, the balance, the 5% co-payment or whatever with your company insurance. And of course, you inform your personal insurer that you have a company insurance, and they will incentivize you when they are able to recover part of the cost from the company insurance as well.
So you wouldn't use the corporate insurance first?
Yeah, which one do you use?
The
You
best-
said integrated.
Integrated first.
Yeah, the best practice is to use your personal insurance first,
Right.
because it's more straightforward.
Okay. But do you need two pre-authorizations?
No, you do not need. You just need one pre-authorization for your personal insurance, and then when the claims is approved, with the settlement letter, you go to your company and claim the balance from your company insurance.
So in the end, Shamrez, was it 100% covered by insurance?
yes.
Wow. Okay, that's
Because
that's all right.
both of them work
Insurance
together.
both together, and my
Yes.
MediSave. So on top of
Right.
that. So
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But here's another question, right? I mean, most individuals feel like their corporate insurance is sufficient and choose not to purchase an integrated shield plan. So, I mean, your stance is still purchase
Right.
purchase the
I think
integrated
it's
shield plan.
important to still have your personal umbrella, your personal
Yeah.
medical insurance, because it is really highly unlikely that you will stay in the same company
Right.
the rest of your life.
And what if you get fired? That's it, right? I mean, you lose that corporate insurance, right?
Right. And at the same time, normally corporate insurance has certain limitations. They have sub-limits. Their coverage is not as high as your integrated shield plan that covers up to $2 million per year. Yeah, and at the same time, the corporate insurance is not portable. So it's important for you to have your own personal umbrella.
Okay.
One last talk set when we come back.
The Straits Times, 180 years of news you can trust. Online at straitstimes.com.
The Big Show. Kiss 92. Kiss 92 traffic.
On the TPE towards the PIE, a broken down vehicle before Elias Road, avoid lane 1. Also on the KJE towards the PIE, a broken down vehicle before Sungai Tengah. If you spot anything else, our number is 8855 0920.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. We've been speaking to Shamrez as well as Stanley Fu, the Financial Services Director. You can follow him at steadfast.stanleyfu. Very entertaining, your Instagram posts, I have to say. Okay, we've run out of time. One question each for Shamrez as well as for Stanley. Now, Shamrez, did you go for any follow-ups after your surgery?
Yes. I'm still going for them. I'm still under follow-up this sessions, and I'm reviewing it every time.
Okay.
And this progress is going in. So sometimes doctor does come in and he does an assessment and see if everything is in order. So it's going on.
And that's also covered?
Yes.
Oh,
Wonderful.
Wow. Okay, so post-op
Wonderful.
as well is covered.
Okay. And for Stanley, what's one piece of advice you give to someone with an IP who's unsure how it works until they actually fall sick?
I think it's very important for you to make your insurance agent your best friend, because when something happens, you don't normally just call your wife or your partner, you call your insurance agent, right? So the key thing is if you are having, if you have a medical insurance, a personal one, it is important for you to understand the key components, like what is deductible, what is co-insurance, who are the panel doctors, and what to do in the event of claims. So when something really happens, you won't be at a loss and you do not know what to do. And having a trusted insurance consultant will really make things easier, so that you can just focus on recovery instead of worrying about the medical bills.
And the money, where the money's going to come
Right.
from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You're a cool insurance guy. How if people want to look for you? How can they look for you?
Or they can just drop me a DM at steadfast.stanleyfu.
Wow, it's Instagram, love it.
All right. Well, thank you, Stanley. Thank you,
you so
Shamrez,
much.
for coming in today. Thank you so much for your time. Wow, just like that, we've been talking for close to 40 minutes now.
Really?
Time flies when we're having fun, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you so much once again, Shamrez. Thank you, Stanley. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to The Big Show's Good Morning Doctor Healthcare Coverage Edition.